Hello YouTubers, this is Joe Bravo and Mo Bravo's Knife Reviews. Today I'd like to have a nice video showcasing the collection because I am trying to move a couple pieces to fund a larger purchase. So I just wanted to share them with everybody in case anybody had any interest in any of these pieces. They're all beautiful, most of them have been on the channel, and I just like to cover them real quick. The first one I have is my Anton Knives Flipper Boudica. 7.5 inches with some of the best Damascus work in the game. This clip is probably my favorite Damascus clip of all time. Anton's action is out of control. It is very drop shut. And this one does have a command strip on it so that I could spidey flick it. And I probably had this knife the longest out of the entire collection, as it's certainly one of my favorite pieces. This next one is my Scott Cook LOCHSA. Excellent piece. You know, people talk about the Sebenza being a bank vault lockup. They've never handled a LOCHSA. Scott Cook was, I mean, I don't know. He doesn't make many of these. When they go on sale, they have a high table and even higher secondary. I was lucky enough to pick this one up. It is an S90V, and it's got a sweet carbon fiber pocket clip. Pivot. And some of his knives don't have jimping on the top here, so you can't front flip it, whereas this one does and makes it front flickable very easily. This is my Maverick Concepts ASUKA. Probably had this one even longer than the Anton, but I moved it a couple times and bought it back because I enjoy it so much. This does have an abalone pivot. It is a front flipper and stud deployment. Nick's Kenobi TI is stellar. And then he actually hand stippled all of this, all across, up the spine of the scales. And then a bit of floating spacer with that Kenobi TI. Excellent piece, probably one of my favorites. This CMF Mini Mistress is probably my best looking knife I've ever owned. Love the lines on it. It's got the black lit pearl inlay. It's got the floating backspacer. This is 3 alloy Makudi and matching clip. Just awesome. And to be honest with you, the thing that I love the most about this knife is this black lit pearl inlay pivot. It just catches the light so well. Ian's made a whole bunch of pivots recently, and I tell you what, this pivot is by far my favorite. Moving on to my Anton front flipper and studded knife. I call it dual action because you can front flip it, you can thumb flick it, and you can spidey flick it. Excellent. This pattern is probably one of my favorites. I think it's dark TI. The oranges, the grays, it's just got this awesome pattern. Now, unfortunately, with the softbox here, you can't really capture the incredible, brightness in that dark tie. It's got the matching clip, but if you go on my Instagram page, watch it on the Shark, you'll definitely be able to see the video I had highlighted up there a couple days ago, one of my reels, and it is just stellar. Last of my folders is my JONAS IGLESIAS Ion. This is probably my favorite knife out of the bunch. It might not be the best looking, but it certainly has my favorite action. What I like the best about it is where JONAS put this thumb stud. It's kind of like reminiscent of my Carol pick. It is lower on the blade than I'd say like the CMF or the Anton, and the position of it I guess would be more similar to where it is with the Scott Cook, as I can just put it and this rides right here in the middle of my palm, that heel of the scales, and I could just flick it up for the most satisfying deployment of all the knives that I own. bearings, washers, bearings, 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 bearings. This one is so smooth, it's out of control. But all these knives, you know, I've had them forever. They are some of my favorites that I've ever had in my collection, which is why I haven't moved them, which is why it sucks that I do have to move them, but I think the overall purchase is certainly going to be worth it. This guy is a Jensen Bergman fixed blade that he made with this awesome tool steel. It's going to take such a nice patina, and this guy actually has a pocket clip and sheath, so very nice package from Jensen Bergman. And then I do have my Fire Dog micarta mini gunny in S45V and my 3V ultralight bushcrafter. Both of these are from Bark River. This I didn't think I would like more than the mini gunny. I don't necessarily know if I do or not, but the geometry of the choke up, because there's no a finger groove, finger choil, whatever you want to call this here, it's really works nice, you know. I thought, oh man, you know, I don't have something that's going to keep me from indexing the blade, but you could choke up so well. So if you want to do push cuts and you want to make you know, fire sticks for kindling, you know, that ultralight bushcrafter will handle it no problem. So yeah, here's a list of the stuff that I'm going to have available. If anything is interesting in view, feel free to hit me up. You can find me on the Facebook or on Instagram, Watson and the Shark. I appreciate you guys following the channel. Hopefully when you know, things get a little bit different with the fluidity in the market, I can get some more custom knives in here and share them with you. But until then, hope everybody has a great summer, and looking forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you.